I'm here with Nadia 187 Kasev. How are you going?
I'm great today. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Now we just watched you hit some pads in there, and how you feeling? Like we got weigh-ins tomorrow morning.
I feel good, considering I'm under 24 hours out, but this morning I woke up and I was on weight. I've been preparing very different for this fight, and obviously had coming up a weight class had helped as well. But just everything preparing mentally and physically has been different this time around. I've always had enough time to reassess what I have to do.
Yeah, and 187. Where's 187 come from?
187, it come from when I was a teenager really. I used to get into a lot of trouble in fights outside of school, so that kind of stuck around, and because I was a bit of a smart ass too, people would just say it as sarcastically, but then it stuck through for a while. And when I started training MMA, people would start saying it anyway, because we like rap music and things like that. 187, like murder code for, in America. And of course, once I kept finishing my fights, it was normal to be called 187 a killer, so it stuck through.
And you talked about your area a little bit. You're from my area. I grew up in Smithfield.
Yep.
Where'd you grow up?
So I grew up in Wentworthville, NSW, and now I live in Southwest. But I was living in Wentworthville for 18 years of my life, so from birth to 18, and then we moved towards Fairfield after then.
Nice one. So, I mean, I'm here and I'm covering you, and there's not been a lot of attention on you. And I mean, you're on the main card. You're a pretty big deal. I mean, you're going to crack into the top 15 if you win this fight. So, I mean, what do you got to say about that? Why has no one got any eyes on you?
I know it was change of heart or whatever to chuck me onto the main card from prelim, which is fine, and I'm so actually happy and stoked. You can't complain, pay-per-view in the home country, big names with Anderson Silva, you got Whittaker. Maybe Australia's not ready, but that's fine. I'm here and I'm going to make a difference on Sunday.
Do you think it's a women's sport thing? Do you think do you think like they're happy with the blokes fighting but not the women?
No, I don't think it's a sexist thing. I think it's more we're still young in the sport. Everyone's exposed to the kickboxing and boxing, but then come the old generation, you say MMA, they're like, oh, what's that? Like you're hitting on the ground, and they're not familiar with it. So it's when people actually are uneducated in sport is when they have that type of opinion.
Yeah, of course. Now, the other day you spoke about you had some time off with some mental issues, and I think it's brilliant that you've got the balls to come out and at least talk about it. In fact, this is the first time I've ever come out, and I went through a massive part of depression as well, and I just think it's fantastic that you're actually going to stand up, and that's the road you're going to take here. So, can we touch on it a little bit further?
Sure. I don't feel like I'm special because I've gone through that. I'm sure most people have actually experienced that type of anxiety or depression part of their life. I was just trying to make sure that people don't feel alone, so that I need to get people to understand that I can relate to them. I'm not some special person. I am an everyday person. So, people do go through these normal things. Some people take off the time off work, or they have a bad experiences with their family. So for me, my work was fighting, and I had to take that time off.
And did it kind of make you feel like you were any less of a fighter? Because, here you are fighting mentally rather than physically.
Yeah, I feel like, of course, if you're not prepared mentally, for me, fighting is more mental than physical. If you can, it's like just normal training. If you can push past a certain barrier, you can keep going. Your muscles are weak, not keep going until you fall. But mental plays a big part in it, and that's why I feel like I was lacking as a fighter.
Yeah, right. So let's talk about your opponent. I mean, Montana De La Rosa, she's only had a couple of fights in the UFC. She's finished both of them via submission. You're known to knock some people out, but I've got a sneaky suspicion that we might see some ground game from you. What do you think is going to happen in the fight?
I'm going to try and keep it standing, but if it does hit the ground, if I see the opportunity, I normally just take it. I don't have a certain game plan. I'm not tunnel vision on anything. I'm just seeing what's open, and I'm just going to go for it. But if it hits the ground, be sure to see some scrambling and definitely a sneaky sub.
And your family's just arrived as you were in there, hidden out and all that sort of thing, and they've come. What's it like for you? Is that a special thing for them to be here?
It's awesome. I've never actually had a fight where they're not around, so I'm used to them being around. Obviously not like constantly in my face so that it's too much, because obviously I didn't want my mum with me the whole week so that I wasn't too emotional with her around, because obviously you have someone makes you soft. You don't want that. You want to have people around you that are going to be harder on you so that you can stay strong mentally as well. But I'm good now, and tomorrow's weigh-in, so it'll be great.
And it's a weight class up, so you can weigh in now at 126, which is a massive difference. But however, you're probably still a little bit hungry. What are you missing the most? What are you going to actually slam after you weigh in tomorrow?
I haven't actually decided, but I have a big sweet tooth. so I'm not too sure, but we'll see what's lined up here in Melbourne. I love donuts, so original glaze, but I don't know. I can't go too crazy because of course the fight's on Sunday. But a good carb meal. I love chicken pasta, bit of red sauce. That'll be great for me.
Awesome, and I mean, you're fighting 2 fights before Anderson Silva. That's freaking crazy, man.
Yep.
You know, this is your 6th fight, and here you are sharing a stage like that with him. Does it make it any more special at all?
It does. Not just like Anderson Silva, of course, being on it. Like I've of course known about him before I even started fighting. Like he's a veteran in the sport, and even if he didn't come back to the UFC, even if he does lose a fight, he's still amazing. Like Anderson's done so much for the sport, and not just that, but fighting here in Melbourne, because my first ever UFC event that I even contended to was the UFC 193 with Homa and Rousey. So the fact that it's the second pay-per-view ever in Melbourne and I get to actually be on it, it's incredible.
That's insane. Now, obviously, you've got fans at home, you've got people who love you, you've got a lot of support online, that's for sure. Especially, they've been coming out and being vocal about how you're not getting any attention.
Yeah.
What do you got to say to everyone at home?
Honestly, everyone at home has been so supportive and great, and the internet has been blowing up with friends and family. They obviously know how important it is to me, and at the end of the day, even if people that I don't know who I am, that's fine, as long as people that I care about and love are around me and supporting me in this time.
There she is, ladies and gentlemen, Nadia Kassem. She takes on Montana De La Rosa this Sunday in Australia, but Saturday over there in America. So everyone get behind her, give her a like, give her a follow. Where can we find you? Instagram, Facebook, you're everywhere. Where can we find you?
Yes, so Facebook is Nadia187 Kassem, and my Instagram is the exact same.